into everything now. See, it's starting to connect.
Hello, hello.
There you go. All right, now go here and get ready.
Now,
What'd she say? Oh, welcome. Okay, good. All right, here we go. You ready?
yep. Now, how am I actually
All right.
manning chat room from this
Okay,
one?
now you have to log in to reply. Click log in. And you should. Everything is
12 minutes until showtime.
up on this end. All right, hold on. See? There we go. I'm all up. All right, hold on. Connect. Connect. Hold on. What's that? Hold on. Come on, it's frozen. Thank you. All right, let's see. Maybe if I, online. All right, maybe.
11 minutes until showtime.
Hold on. Maybe if I chat, you'll be able to see. Oh, there we go. Hi, girls. Hi, everybody. Hi, hon.
Hey.
Let's see what you see. All right, we got nothing. All right, settings. Come on. Why is this computer freezing? What is this? I don't want to rate you.
You don't want to rate me? No.
Hon. Close. Thank you. What's this? The hell? All right.
10 minutes until showtime.
Okay.
So first I'm going to actually see this program from this side.
Yeah, well, I'm trying. Yeah, I'm trying to figure this out. It's not working though. Hey, everybody, how you doing?
Hello.
Still trying to get the chat up on Michelle's computer here. So, I mean, I can put the chat overlay in the stream, but you really wouldn't see anything as far as us.
Well,
Yeah.
but I'd be able to see the chat though, right? Or no? That depends, right?
Maybe. Hold on. Going to settings. I don't think it's going to let me in because I already started the stream.
Ah. All right, so let's just give it a minute. Maybe it's just kind of catching up, you think?
9 minutes
9
until
minutes.
showtime.
Okay, go to video. No, video outputs already currently audio. Plug and play.
Volume on everything here.
Yeah, no, that's audio. General. Oh, okay. Hold on. Browser. There it is.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so hold on.
Very nice.
Okay, hold on. We'll get this up. CCUR. Go to OK. Transition that over. Hopefully it'll show.
8 minutes until
I still gotta
showtime.
call these people. Somebody's got hearts everywhere on the Rift. Who's on the Rift? We're on the Rift, so why is somebody else on the Rift?
Exactly.
Alright, hold on. That's a browser. Transition over. Come on. not letting me, and I've got to call the guest, and then we'll work on this. Alright, so we'll call them. Hold on. It's not transitioning over. There it is. Okay, there it is. Okay, so we should be able to see the chat right from here.
Okay.
Okay, so let's see. It should pop up here soon. Oh, hi, Anan.
Hi, sweetie.
7 minutes
All right.
until showtime.
So pretty soon there should be a chat box right on the video. So I'm hoping that does pop up, and here it is.
Yay!
So, awesome. All right, I've got to call the guests. Okay. Or do I have to call? All right. Oh, I have to pull up my chat box. I think that's why.
Okay.
So you might have to man the video. Hold on.
Okay.
Restream. And then, you know, that's going to be the hard part. You know. Yeah.
From what yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. No worries there. No worries.
We'll make it
people.
happen.
It's Thursday. We're just doing the
6
setup.
minutes until showtime.
Okay. So I'm trying to pull this up and call the guests and not get everything else shut off. So let's go back up to this one. Hold on. Call the first guest in. Okay. Dial. This is the first one. And then I'll pull the chat box up after.
Hello?
Hey, Ted.
Hi, Ted.
Yes.
Awesome. All right, I'm going to call in the other guest. I'm just waiting for you to connect.
Okay.
I've got like tons of pages open here. Oh, there you are. All right, I'm going to call in him now. And we still
Okay.
have a few minutes before the show starts. I'm just getting everything
Yep,
set
we're
up.
just getting everything set up and getting Keith on.
5 minutes until showtime.
How you doing?
Me?
Yes, Ted. How you doing?
All right. We're dialing Keith right now.
We're calling
Fine,
Keith.
thank you.
Good, good.
Oh, okay, hopefully.
Yep.
He's
okay.
dialing now.
Yep. Darling Keith. Darling Keith.
Please leave your message for
Keith Smartly.
Oh, we got a voicemail.
Well, Keith Smartly, this is Susan Swanbeck from Awakening the Unknown, and we're trying to contact you for a show, so I'm going to hang up and try again.
Yeah, he's expecting your call, so.
All right, we'll try it again. Probably doesn't recognize the Blog Talk number. We got about 4 minutes, and when
please leave your message 4
nope, right
minutes
to voicemail.
until showtime.
I'm going to text him.
All right.
All right.
And I'm going to try to pull up the relink, the chat box. And it is not pulling up. Okay.
Should I be doing something on these here?
Go to the Riff video. Yeah, just get out of there. Okay? Just get out of there. Go to live video for the Rift. That's where we should be right now.
Okay.
All right?
Alrighty.
Nope. There we go. Live video. You should be able to see the chat box from there. Hopefully. If you have to enlarge it.
Okay.
Or something. Or click on it. Alright. I got about 3 minutes and then I'm going to have to put you to silent. Should I try him again?
3 minutes until showtime.
Ted, we're gonna try calling Keith again.
All right.
Alright, nothing's showing up on the chat box.
No.
Alright.
Yeah, I just texted him and said that you were trying to call him.
Alright.
Awesome.
Hopefully this one
Please leave your message for
Keith Friday.
All right, that's not gonna work. Hold on.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe he's in the pooper. We last few minutes here before the show starts is kind of.
All right, I'm gonna hide this box because I'm not getting what I want to get with that box.
2 minutes until showtime.
We'll just work off the. It should pop off in a minute. Just work off. Hi Jennifer, how you doing, honey? Just work off the regular chat like you do on Facebook.
Okay.
We'll just have to go back to all the other video pages after.
All right.
All right. Okay, I'm going to put you on silent, and when we do after the intros, we'll try calling him again.
All right.
Okay.
So you might want to text him and tell him, hurry up, dude, get off the pooper.
All right,
We're trying to awaken the unknown, not awaken other things.
Yeah,
You know
we
what I
can
mean?
just stop. Okay, I'll reel her in. I'll put you on hold right now. All right. Okay, got it. All right, that's just for chat. Whoa, who's that?
1 minute until showtime.
What is
I
this?
don't know.
Update. Oh, okay, yay. The chat's finally coming up.
Oh, awesome.
Awesome. Downloading. Require an update. Nice. Okay, where are you? Alright, good. I'm going to put us on silent.
Okay, we're going silent. Ted?
He's on silent too. Alright. And our intro.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to the Red Network, which shows 7 days a week from 8 o'clock p.m. to 11 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, with shows such as Irrelevant, Road Talk Radio, The Hollywood Connection, Just Sort of Crazy, Knowledge from Behind the Veil, Nightmares Radio, Awakening the Unknown, The Blood Sucker, and the cooperative show Night Visions. And now for your featured show. Welcome to a new episode of Awakening the Unknown. Hosts Susan Swanson, Michelle Sullivan. Stay tuned for a haunting good time.
Well, hello there, everybody, and how are you doing this fine and fantastic Thursday night? We are so excited tonight. We actually have the author of Flashlight, Recorder, and Comfortable Shoes. Now,
Are you kidding? I am so excited. And for all you guys who followed my saga of the UTI,
oh my goodness!
I'm
all right,
well and good.
we're gonna actually
You're gonna close the book on that subject. You
There's
know what
actually
I mean?
two authors to this book. We booked Ted Van Son Jr. and it's really a fantastic book, and I can't wait to talk about it. But we're going to pull him in, and then we're going to do our best to try to get the co-author on with us.
Yes. So Keith
yes.
Spratley, get out of that pooper guy.
Oh, my goodness.
Hurry it up. Yeah, we're waiting.
Hi, Ted. We're going to try to get your co-author on right now. How are you doing this fine and fantastic evening?
I'm alive and kicking.
That's awesome.
That's all anybody can hope for. But you know what? The funny thing is, if whether you were alive or dead, we'd still talk to you on our show today. Isn't that interesting?
There you go.
I would use a compass, though, just in case. In case you.
Oh, yeah. Wait till you get into some stuff. I have. Yeah, I've got this strange pop-up on my computer. So we're going to try to.
I was going to bring my compass today to work.
You know, literally, there's something else I wanted to do, but we've got to talk about the book before we get into
I know
what it is that I wanted to do.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I read this twice. Twice. We'll talk
All right.
more as we get into
We're
it.
going to dial, see if we can get Keith on the line as well. And hopefully, and there we go.
Please leave your message for
Ooh.
Smartly.
Okay, well,
He's gun
as
shy.
you can hear his voice there, Keith Smartley is the other co-author of the book, except we're not actually getting a hold of him right now. So we're just going to continue.
Right.
We're going to continue with Ted right now. Now, I got to tell you guys, the link on the Facebook page, you're going to find a link to this book.
It's
Now, the first thing
awesome.
I want to tell you guys is this one thing. We usually pick certain books that we do recommend. Now, we've never really recommended any type of a paranormal book whatsoever. Now, for the first time ever, drum roll. All right. We're actually recommending that you do purchase this book. This book it's really well written. It's extremely well put together. And for all of you newbies out there, when you're looking to get into the field and you have a lot of questions, you know, a lot of things, this is a good place to start, is right here, because it gives you a lot of information, even takes you through like makeshift investigations,
Yeah, I like that
from start
feature.
to
The
finish.
mock
I really love that.
investigation is
I
great.
love the do's and don'ts.
Yeah.
That was, some of them are really cute, and there's definitely some humor in the book too, and that's what I love about it. And we're gonna say welcome, Ted Van Son Jr. How are you doing this fine Thursday evening?
I'm doing great. I wanted to let you know that we've been trying to get a hold of Keith, and he just texted me. Apparently, the phone number that I gave you was incorrect.
Oh.
Oh, well, that would be why.
Do you have a number he can call you on?
Yes, we do. We can call right on.
323-870. Let's see how close I am. 3877.
Yep. You know, we say it enough during the show.
Right?
Yep. He can
So-
call right in. 323-870-3877.
And if he's single, we'll give him my personal number later on.
Oh, jeez.
We'll work on that one later on. Oh, we already got
Nice.
Cody on the chat with
Hey,
us.
Cody, how you doing, hon?
Oh, he is going to be so interested in reading this book, too. And like you say, recommendation-wise, we both had the same idea.
Yeah, it really is. I mean,
Yeah.
it would definitely be something that maybe I would like to have, you know, no hint there, have a few copies with me for individuals.
Hint, hint.
Yeah, because
Hint,
it's you know, it's really a good book to have, you know, as a baseline. It really is. It's a good place for all newbies to
Yeah,
start.
a nice
So-
manual to take through maybe some juniors through the book.
Yes.
Very, very
See,
nice
Michelle
put
and I,
together.
Michelle and I run a junior paranormal investigation. We teach juniors how to start. So having a book like this, so simply written, is it was just very well put together.
Oh, it was awesome, and I can totally
Oh,
see.
we have a phone
we
call
do.
coming in
Oh,
right now. Let's find
it's
out.
our next victim.
Keith, is that you, honey?
Yes, it's me.
Well, how are
Hi.
you doing? This is Susan
Oh, I'm
and
doing very well, thank
And
you.
Michelle, how are you, Keith? Keith Spratley, the other co-author of Flashlight, Recorder, and Comfortable Shoes. But wait. First big question for these
correct.
guys.
okay.
What kind of comfortable shoes?
Sneakers. It's sneakers.
Maybe we should start off with what kind of shoe? No, I'm
Yeah,
just kidding.
no.
Susan's going to be like, huh? You didn't
Yeah,
see
I know.
that
I
one
give
coming,
it this
right?
weird look all the time.
You did not expect that one coming.
You
I
know,
could have said
how
what
did
kind
you
of
guys?
safety
How did you guys
protocol?
come up with this book? Literally, what was the idea behind it?
What happened that brought apart this concept of this book? Because it's really a great
It really
idea.
is an
Keith,
amazing
you want
book.
me to do it, or you want to go for it?
Well, you were the one who had the initial idea, and I just prompted you a bit to make sure that the idea was put into practice. So it was your idea. So.
Thanks, Keith. Love you too, man.
Boy, he didn't throw you under the bus there, huh?
Well,
Keith right
Keith
now
and
is
I
going,
have a-
gee, what
have
kind
a
of shoes
great
I wearing when I wrote this book?
relationship as writers and friends, so he's an awesome guy.
That's good.
But the idea of the book basically came as I've got this information stored in my head for a long time, and I know people like Keith. He has his own way of doing things as well, and we felt that doing a simple, easy to read handbook would be the best way for people that were, trying to get into the field, trying to break into the field,
Exactly.
And
Absolutely.
so that's what we came up with. And I can't even remember what I pitched the first time for the title. It was something like Flashlight Recorder and Comfy Shoes or something. I don't know. But, between Keith and I, we straightened it out to be comfortable shoes. And to answer your question is what kind of shoes, I have no clue.
See, we do barefoot.
No,
and it says
barefoot for the radio.
we're going to start doing barefoot on our investigation.
Oh,
if we can
hell
help it.
no. I wear my
Summertime's
boots.
coming,
Thank
girl.
you very
Summertime's
much.
coming. No, I'm
I
just
still
kidding.
wear boots.
I
out
know.
at
Well,
night.
safety
Yeah.
is first, obviously.
Yeah.
But we're joking. But that is. It's just. How did you even both of you even meet to begin with?
Yeah, I mean one from the Ukraine, but as far as I read in part of your bio there, Keith, you left you left the UK in order to find more work, and is that how you ran into Ted?
No, I actually got married to an American lady.
That'll do it.
Although we managed the long distance relationship for a while, but I actually took up early retirement from my work to come over here and be with my wife.
Oh, that's awesome.
So that's why I'm here.
Oh.
Oh, that's the existential question. Why are you here? I love that.
I have like this list.
Oh yes,
Of-
this week she has the list. Everyone, she does.
Yeah, I mean, I did. I went through the book a couple of times, and I have like a list of notes and markers and points and topics and things that I wanted to bring up. But as I've stated before, you lost the video feed, love.
No, up here.
Yeah. So, as I've stated before, I really recommend this book. If you're on Facebook, the link to the book to the Amazon page is right at the top of the video. And this is definitely going on our recommendation list. So, anybody that's new out there to the field that you do have some questions about how to get started, this is definitely the book we recommend you to
Oh
purchase.
yes. Oh
Right.
yes. It's
Now,
it's a
in
great.
the
you.
you're welcome, and it was very well written. There was some parts in there that were humorous. I love it. I love the way that you put the comparison down to. It would be like something I'd say. I'm very blunt, or something Michelle would say, who's blunter.
It's kind of like Ted and Keith are like male
That's all
versions
cute.
of us.
I
That's
know
all
it's
cute.
weird,
Right?
huh? It's really
That's
cool.
all Keith.
It is. It was very well put together. I mean, it just the way that it was put together, and the way that you make a point of stating that, this is like your opinion.
Right,
When
right.
when you come up to like religions or demonic energies, you purposely state this is your opinion. And right away, that's okay. What do you argue about? Everybody has the right to their own opinion.
Right.
Right. And we're going to get right into that as far as the difference between a ghost hunter and a paranormal investigator.
Right. I like the way you explain in the book, but if you guys could kind of give us each your take on that, because that's something that a lot of people out there don't know how to make the differentiation between the two, actually.
Well, do you want to take that one first, Ted? Can I put you right?
They're laughing.
They're so totally our male versions.
All right, who wants to go first? Just shoot it out here. We'll shut up anytime.
I guess I'll go first. This is Ted. I'll go first. Thanks, Keith. A ghost hunter to me is a person that goes out there on the weekends to do it as more of a not even a hobby. They just go out for the excitement of it. That's my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They go out. They don't really care about paperwork. They don't care about trying to find evidence. They just go out for the thrill.
Right.
If you're a paranormal investigator, you're doing all the paperwork. You're doing all the research and all that. You're spending your time actually researching what you're doing and trying to collect data, as well as not limiting yourself, because a paranormal investigator isn't just like a person that goes after hauntings and ghosts. They also do cryptozoology, UFOs, and all that other stuff. So your paranormal investigator is a wider scope, a lot more attention to evidence and paperwork, and more professional, I guess is the best way to put it, because you really are into it, you're committed to it, and it's really important to you. Where your ghost hunter to me is just like a weekend warrior, or just somebody that's going out for the adrenaline rush.
We're both sitting here nodding as you're talking,
right.
like you can actually hear our nods, but I found that funny. But yeah, I totally 100% agree. Now, what about you, Keith? Do you agree with that definition as well?
Well, I would just amplify. I agree with what Ted said, but I would amplify it in as much as a ghost hunt, to me, is basically just turning up somewhere and seeing if there is some paranormal activity there. Whereas if you're actually conducting an investigation, you've got some sort of prior evidence that there is paranormal activity, and your investigation is there to determine, well, what sort of activity is it, what's causing the activity, is there anything you need to do about the activity, that sort of thing. It's far more of a proactive thing than just going and sitting in a graveyard or a cemetery and thinking, oh, I think there's a dead person here.
No, cemeteries got those?
Yeah, there's a bunch of dead people in the cemetery.
Wow.
Yeah, sometimes you get ghosts and spirits. I'm sorry. I love your accent, by the way.
See, I'm European, but I'm the type of European that doesn't get a cool accent.
No.
I'm a little disappointed.
I mean, the book itself is, and this is the part that we're getting into right now, the book itself actually gives, like, definitions.
Yes.
And most people don't think about it because to people that have been out there investigating, whether it's ghost hunt for fun or whether it's actually out there doing a paranormal investigating to save a business or to do cases or to help a building or something like that.
Right.
We don't think about the terminology of it. It's just
No,
it's just like second nature. It's like saying the or and or but.
Right, and I think it's like you're right. Once you're in this field and this type of work for a while,
it
you just
just
kind of
becomes
lose track of what we
the
start
actual-
calling things as thingies and can you turn on that thingamajigger over there and that thingy there and that what?
Yeah, you don't think about it, and that's one of the other things that I love. And I'm not going to get into every aspect of this book because we're going to make you buy it.
Yes, you do.
If you
need
want to
go out and buy
know
this book.
everything in this book, you're going to have to buy it. But trust me, it's worth it. So we're going to get into and touch base on certain things in certain parts of the book just to bring up your curiosity. So you got to go out and buy it.
Because, these are little tidbits and little, enticements we want you guys to go out and buy the book and, say maybe, you and your friends are deciding maybe we should get together and put a group together. But, we've never kind of done all this sort of thing together. Maybe one or two of you have and the rest of you haven't.
Exactly.
It's a good idea to still purchase this book and have this on hand as a manual for the team.
Exactly.
Not so much as just for one person on this team.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's a good team Bible that you need to get.
Yeah,
and start putting
it's
together.
not just that. We're going to get into it too, but it's not just that. It's also like if you have individuals, it's like my daughter-in-law, she likes to come every now and then. Now I can say, okay, well, this is what this
Well,
is the
have
baseline.
you read? Hello, you're not coming with me.
So we're going to get into a bit because we're doing all the talking over here, and we have a tendency to do that. Just say, hey, shut up, lady.
Yeah. We, you guys can tell us to shush every once in a while here,
So there are definitions as far as what are ghosts, spirits, entities, etc.
Right.
Okay, now, who wants to field the question what the differences are between ghost spirits and entities?
All right, well, I'll volunteer for that one. Generally speaking, I would call a ghost as an earthbound paranormal entity. It's someone who was alive, a human person, and for whatever reason, old age, walking off a cliff, having a piano drop on the head or whatever.
I love this guy.
They died.
Oh my God! I think this is me with an English accent and male.
Oh my God! Sorry.
The natural course of events, you should go on to what comes next. But for some reason, and this particularly in the case of people who've committed suicide or people who feel that they've got unfinished business, or people who have been killed pretty quickly and they don't know they're dead. And they don't know what to do, so they tend to, like suicide, they might have had some sort of family religious influence, or to sin, you're kind of burning hell, whatever, so they're hanging around.
I got the marshmallows, girl.
If someone's hidden the keys to the car and he wants a wife to know where they are,
Right.
that might be unfinished business, or perhaps someone was murdered and they want to identify their murderer, they might hang around.
Yes.
Someone who died very suddenly and doesn't know they're dead, they just don't know where to go. So those are, that's not an exclusive list, it's just examples, but those tend to be the ghosts, and every ghost I've ever communicated with, they've all got some sort of story, and you can always get to the root of why they're there just by communicating. Just talk to them and you'll find out. The other thing is we tend to find quite a few children around because they're dead and they don't understand. They can't find their parents. They don't know where to go. And that's actually quite heartbreaking.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, we
On
do.
the other hand, a spirit energy is an energy that has someone again who is alive and passed from life and has gone through the light, and they're on with what J.K. Rowling made Professor Dumbledore say is the next great adventure, and that of course is the great unknown. But they're partaking of it. Passing through the light is no barrier. Always come back for a visit, and I've got quite a few dead friends. So that's the basic difference. So a ghost is like Earth-bound, or Mars-bound, or Moon-bound, or Jupiter-bound, or Zeta Reticuli bound, or whatever. And a spirit has gone on to where they're supposed to go. I don't know whether you want to amplify on that word.
Oh my God, that's interesting though, and that's a big difference that a lot of people don't seem to.
Exactly. They
understand.
They don't understand, and especially the newbies and maybe even some novices that have been around doing, like, say, ghost hunting and want to get into the paranormal aspect of it. I mean, truly, truly, truly amazing.
Oh my goodness.
I mean,
I had a thought, right? Because when we both go, we're gonna be like spirits and ghosts together, right?
Oh,
You
yeah.
know that.
Yes, of
Whichever
course.
one of us goes first, one's going to be considered the ghost, one's going to be considered the spirit. And we're going to find each other, and then we're just going to wreak havoc. You do get that, right? You do get that.
I know.
All right, okay.
I know.
just
I'm going to
saying.
be the ghost that constantly saying, "Will you stop that, please? Will you stop that? Somebody help me. What is she doing now?"
I'll be like, I know what our unfinished business is. We forgot to turn the coffee pot on. That's what it is.
Now-
I don't have any clean quackage on today. No, when I pat. No, just kidding.
We got to calm this one down so everybody can hear you.
I'd like to add a little bit to that.
You sure? Go ahead.
Ooh, please do.
Yeah, I want to just put it out here that in the book, we put what we feel that they are as a description, like he said, with information that we've collected or that we've dealt with ourselves, as well as reading and research and so on and so forth. But I want to say this because there is no, it's not fact, it's not 100%. It's what we find, and none of this stuff is 100%.
Exactly.
I mean? And it never will be until we actually can prove that they exist.
Yes.
We can say that we talk to them. We can say that this is what we get from them, so on and so forth. But until the time comes, which is going to be, 100 generations down the line, until that point, these are our best educated guesses and what the research tells us.
Exactly.
Right.
I agree with
So
you.
that's how the definitions come around.
Yeah, I do. I do.
That's how the definitions come around.
Yeah,
Good.
I do. I do agree with you, but I think the definitions definitely help an individual trying to get interested in the field so they're not feeling so left out is what I really enjoyed about that aspect of it, because they'll have a somewhat of an idea and then they're able to form their own opinion. It's not like when you're writing the book, you're pushing and saying, this is it right here.
I mean,
No,
until
you're
parents-
allowing everybody as they read it
Yes.
to decide for themselves. And that's the other thing I like about
And
the way
that's
the
the
book was
encouraging
written.
part of the
Yeah.
book too, is that you guys are encouraging people to go out there and find out for themselves, because we are also the same way, and I'm sure you guys do this as well. We all are waiting for the day when paranormal science becomes a real valid
Exactly.
science, just like parapsychology is now a valid form of psychological treatment.
It really is.
And now that's what we need now is the paranormal science to happen. But
Agreed.
again, that's the tough part, is that science is always changing.
It really is.
We're always hunting for the next thing or looking for something better to find out something else.
Yes, but sometimes
Yes.
you really need to stick with the old school.
And the basics.
Because there's no explanation for some of the old school stuff. Now, Michelle still has her original compass.
Yes.
Why
I
do we
started with a
always
compass.
bring the compass? The reason we do that is because any type of electric field, like from a cell phone or equipment, will not interact with that compass.
Nope.
Yes, you need definitely need a video recorder,
Right.
and in order to get down to videotape what's happening and sound to hear what's going on, but still the basic recorder, there's no way that can move by itself. And that's why one of the things in your book I found so fascinating that I can't wait to try it out. I'm going to build one.
Are you talking about the dowsing rods with the Cohengas?
Oh no, I own those.
Okay.
No, I'm talking about the pinwheels.
Oh, I know. And I like the little jingle
I mean,
bells,
literally, I never
the
thought
crepe
of that before.
paper.
How did you come up with that idea?
What a good idea.
It really is. It's brilliant.
Who's the jingler?
Well, I'll be honest with you. A lot of that stuff comes from a lot of it that I was using back when I started in the field in 1987, right out of high school. I needed to do things cheaply. I didn't have the money to spend on, reel-to-reel recorders or anything like that. So, I had to find things myself that I could use to try and get evidence with. So between, stuff like that and crepe paper and string and bells and everything else, old school paranormal is alive and well, and there's a lot of it out there that, it's not common knowledge.
Right.
And
Exactly.
I actually do lectures. I actually do lectures on old school paranormal, and I approached Keith with the idea of doing that, and you know, he's got ideas. We all have ideas. I mean, everybody that's in this field has something to bring to the table.
Exactly.
And I think that it just has to become mainstream. There's just not enough avenues for that to happen. I mean, yes, we have Facebook. Yes, we have Periscope or video technology and radio and stuff like that. But to get, you know, a million of us to listen to it at the same time or watch it is impossible. So the next best step was to put it in a book and hope that someone would buy the book and then pass it on to their friends, and hopefully it would, you know, bring up new ideas. Because technology is not going to be the only way of getting evidence. It's going to be a mixture of both.
Exactly.
It really truly
the tools
is.
that we have today. Yeah, because the tools today that we have, some of that stuff isn't even 15% accurate. I mean, you can't guarantee anything from those tools either. You know,
not to mention, like, people like me, I can't even turn them on. Like, I don't know, I couldn't survive without pressing the button.
I'm the techie one. So, yeah.
I come with a roll of tape and the compass, and she comes with like 5 bags of equipment.
No, I didn't. I only brought, I think I won there. That's all
I'm
I really
only
brought.
kidding. But it's true.
No, I'm big on video.
Less is more.
Right, but I was big on video. I'm very big on video and videography because it's something else that I do as well. But to have the old school with the modern, which to me is the video, I just, you know, that's the combination of the two. You have the old school, and then you have your video recorders, even if it's just, I mean, literally, I started off with a $79 recorder I bought at Kmart, and they don't even exist anymore.
It's true.
You know?
And they're harder to come by nowadays, whereas they used to be everywhere. You could go and just buy a cheap $20 recorder anywhere.
Yeah.
And nowadays, people don't even have access to that. Now they try to push the cell phones, what are you guys' intake? What do you guys think about all these new programs and the cell phones and all that? Because that's actually a point of debate for a lot of people nowadays, is the usage of their cell phones as paranormal equipment versus all the other stuff that we used.
Yeah,
You think that?
When I investigate, do, you know, proper full team investigation, I collect everyone's cell phones and turn them off and put them in some safe central location. Usually the guy monitoring our camera feeds will be, because cell phones, and no matter how good the airplane mode is, they're still putting a GPS signal out. They're still putting locator signals out. We just don't want that. I was really insulted a few months ago. We had a new member. I don't think he's about actually come out on another investigation, but I was using my null meter, which is a calibrated EMS field sensor, and said, "Oh, I'm just going to check your null meter with my phone out." And I got really annoyed about that. Because it's a $300 calibrated null meter is going to be inaccurate compared to your $5 app on your phone. I got really quite irritated.
Right.
The other thing I will say about the electronic stuff is I am of the opinion that it is useful to have an EMF meter, an electromagnetic field meter. And the reason for that is not for a paranormal energy interfering with it. It's the fact that a lot of our investigations are on older properties that have got like terrible wiring and ancient appliances that put out horrendous EMF fields. And you need to eliminate those first.
Yes.
Point of investigated if there's a high EMF field, because you get that thing and being watched. Someone just touched me. You don't eliminate that because somebody didn't touch you and no one's looking at you. So,
yeah, I do. I agree. And that.
You know,
Sorry, go ahead, honey.
I'm going to add to that, lady. I agree with him. I'm one that, you know, when the K2 meter came out, everybody bought it. It was the hottest tool for ghost investigation.
I didn't.
I didn't either.
It was #1 for the longest time. And I'll tell you something. I've had somebody actually go through the K2 meter. I've had them check it versus some other meters that are out there. And the K2 meter is probably the most useless piece of equipment out there right now for ghost investigation, unless you're just checking the walls for bad wiring or something like that. Or because, like your refrigerator is off readings, your microwave, your coffee pot, all that stuff. To me, a K2 meter is to me, more or less useless. But if you can find a tool that's actually specifically used for that purpose, like the 881 or something like that, which I have, it's totally calibrated for actual EMF, where your K2 is calibrated in this audio frequency, which is really strange that it would be calibrated to that, but it is.
Right.
And so for me, the K2 is garbage. I don't use the majority of the tools today that are out because you can't, like I said earlier, you can't say with any, confidence that you're going to get even 50% with these things. Most of the time, they're not good. They're not going to give you the reading you want. As in cell phones, please turn them off, put them away, leave them in your car. They're useless. Mm-hmm. You pretty much want devices that are made specifically for that. You don't want a device that has 5 or 6 different things on it, like apps,
exactly,
for example, that aren't going to do what you want.
Right.
I have a friend that uses the Ghost Radar. The Ghost Radar is a joke. It's a game. It's not. It doesn't really find ghosts. First off, you have to know what a ghost is made of. And we know it's a form of energy, but we don't know what form of energy yet.
Exactly.
We don't have the answers that everybody thinks there is. That's why we're doing paranormal investigation.
Exactly. I can't answer him on this. I got too many pages open. I agree with you. My father was a carpenter, so he always had the like an electric field meter. So when I've bought my Zonks, it was because of something that he used in carpentry in order to keep track of the electric field to see if there was a magnetic field because of something he was doing. So to me, it was like it made more sense because if it works for carpenters, then I know that they're going to use it. Or if it's something that you're picking up as far as electricians, something like that, I would purchase and bring it in because I know it's something that they use on a regular basis.
What I also used to use too back in the day was the plumber's lights.
Yeah.
A lot of plumber's tools. Or I'm Portuguese, so I would guinea rig a lot of the stuff I happen to have around the house because we didn't have things like that at all.
Right. Yeah. Well, my suggestion would totally be that if you want something, when you're doing an investigation, you go to the people that have training and are have the expertise in those things, and you would go to a plumber, you would go to an electrician and say, hey, what do you use to find this?
Exactly.
That's the tool that you want to use.
Exactly.
Or you put an electrician on your team. You put a plumber on your team.
I can't answer.
Find people that have the education.
Exactly.
That's what you need.
Exactly.
Don't
exactly.
Go out and spend $300 or $400 on something that's not going to do something for you accurately.
Right. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. With me, the reason I have so many bags is because my other business is I do videography and I do photography, so I actually own those things already. So
and you know how to turn them on.
So they come with me anyways. Even a recorder, I started off with a simple digital recorder, and then who records music? To me, who records music? Let me think. Bands. So if a band's got to record all this music and be able to centralize their things, I literally just bought the Zoom H2. That's what bands used to use in order to record things, because on the Zoom H2, you can actually record on 4 different channels versus just one flat channel. Mm-hmm. And to me, it just made more sense because bands were using it. So, what the heck? Why not? And that's what I love about it.
Me, on the other hand, is whatever electronic thing it is, you plug it in, it goes boom.
No, what she does is say, Sue.
How do you turn this on again? Goes to press that button. Don't let Sue know I asked you guys to press the button.
No. You turn around and say, "Hey, Sue, turn this thing on and switch it." Yeah.
I can't, I'm telling you. Electronics just not made for me these days. Well,
Yeah,
never
I mean,
was.
even in the book, as you're talking about EVP, and for those newbies out there, EVP is electric voice phenomenon. You literally go as far as explaining how to cut an EVP. Now, I'm not going to tell you what he said because you're going to have to buy the book.
Oh, yes, you have
Sorry,
to.
you gotta buy the
have
book.
to. And I
And-
like the way he
Yes.
explains how to do it step by
Exactly. And
Gotta
those
check it out.
those are things that
That's all you, Keith.
are you. What's Yuki?
step. You, Keith, that's Keith's field question.
No, that was all Keith. That was Keith did that part of the book.
Oh.
Really?
Those are all genuine EVP results as well from investigation.
Now, how did you pick it up that way, specifically how to cut EVPs, by the way?
Sorry?
How did you pick up that method?
Wait,
of
she
cutting
yeah,
EVPs?
she was asking you where you
EVP.
learned.
Oh no, it's just a technique that was developed over a number of years and it works.
Exactly.
And if everybody uses that sort of technique, then it means that when you want to compare results with someone else, if you follow the same sort of methodology, then your results are comparable.
Right.
'Cause you don't want to mess around with your recordings too much. Just clear some noise away and maybe amplify a bit. But don't use the sound software too much. Otherwise, it becomes meaningless. So I've allowed, I think, like getting rid of background noise and then amplifying a weak signal. And those are the only two things you should do. The best EVPs for Class A's are the ones that you don't have to do anything to them.
And I
Yeah,
like...
and always keep them.
Yes.
Exactly.
And always keep them in original form. Keep them in original form. You don't
Yes.
want to mess with them too much because when somebody says to you, "Well, how do you know?" I mean, you can keep a original copy of it and then have another copy of it you can mess around with to try and get it clearer or bring the volume up or so on
Right.
and so forth. But
Exactly.
always keep your original copy of it.
Exactly. 100% agree.
Oh, excellent piece of
I'm
advice.
just going to read a small part of this book because it really made me laugh. So it's just a paragraph. That's it. But it really did make me laugh. Now, we're going back into certain things. Like a lot of people use bowls for scrying. But literally, if you have a bowl in water, you can see movement
Oh
providing
my
you have
goodness.
a camera on
Were
it.
you
I
like
mean,
reading my mind? I was just thinking that exact same thing.
I know it was just so funny the way I just really like the way it's written. All right, it says, fill a bowl, shallow dish, or even a saucer to the brim fill with water. Aim the recorder or a static video camera at it, and hey, presto, you have a very simple and very sensitive means of detecting vibrations. Remember that since in Jurassic Park, when you're approaching footballs of a T-Rex could cause the water in it to break and
It would
to beaker and ripple. Right. And
Yeah.
I found the comparison of it was really funny. I really enjoyed that. And that's what I mean.
Like, think about it. It's like when you fart in the bathtub. That's what you want to look for. You know what I mean?
I'm sorry, I can't really originate because I'm laughing too much.
When you
But-
fart in the bathtub, it makes little bubbles. Okay.
Right.
So when you put the bowl of water or whatever else you're filling up with water, you want to look for that because why? The energy from the floor and the area surrounding of it is going
Right.
to cause little
But-
bubbles.
but wait.
air bubbles.
Wait. I have to add one thing to your book. One thing.
One thing.
Okay, right. And when you're when you are actually getting into the do's and don'ts, there's one that you actually forgot, and I'm only stating it only because I seen it on SNL.
Really?
Yes,
On Saturday Night Live.
it was ghost farts.
Oh, ghost farts.
They
are
were trying to
totally true.
translate a ghost fart.
Yeah. That's
They
gonna
really
be our,
were.
Yeah, that's going to be our next
So
book.
that's the other thing. I mean, guys, if you release it, you got to own it. You got to state it because you never know what it's going to sound like on an EVP recorder.
Now, what do you guys think about ghost farts? I'm just kidding. But
No,
it's true.
I mean, but it's really fascinating. I mean, the way that this book was actually put together, it was both your ideas and his ideas, and right down to suggestions of equipment and suggestions on some things how to do old school. I mean, literally,
Yeah.
I'm still extremely
And a lot of
fascinated
people
with this.
automatically, when they think of getting into doing this, they never go back and think old school. A roll of tape, you know, a pen and a marker,
Right.
you know, and any common thing. They think, oh, I'm gonna need $2,000 to buy that walking, talking ghost robot that's gonna ghost fart our way all the way down the road there.
And
You
meanwhile,
know, it's
the
true.
four of us will be there with our little pinwheels.
Right?
If I can get Michelle not to blow on them, we'd be all set.
Oh, ghost fart. Yeah, one of the
This book is it's a very fun book to read. There's a
Yes.
lot of brilliant ideas in there. I mean, if you are looking to get something to help get a team in order to become more serious, or even to go out there and have some fun and do it safely and never do it alone.
Never do it
Never.
alone. Never run.
Never
Never do
run.
it alone. You know, at all. And then that's what I found like so interesting too, was the fact that, guess what?
What?
I can't tell Keith's accent from Ken's accent in this book. I can't tell, but it's such an interesting read, and the humor and the way you guys put it together, and the way that the order of things, the way that you put them together in the book, is phenomenal. Because I kind of think back and think, okay, back in the days when I was going into the middle schools and I was teaching the kids paranormal science,
Right.
you know, I would go through step 1, step 2, and my step 1 was always, you never go alone.
No,
Number
never.
1. I would lecture about the why don't you go alone and why this and why. Oh, then the kids would come back. Well, what if I'm in my bedroom at night and listen, we're talking about not just having a personal experience here. Automatically, the kids would come up with the question of the personal experiences versus the background of we're going to physically go out and do an investigation and do this.
Right.
First, they automatically go right to that. But this breaking down of the steps of 1, 2, 3, and going that way, it makes them
Exactly.
think of a whole other different way. Like, why not run? Why do you not run on an investigation, whether you're 1 or 2 in a buddy group here? Why do you not run? Well, I'm not running because I'm not scared. No, listen. You don't run because you don't want to get hurt. You don't
Exactly.
run because you don't have the proper lighting. You don't run because you have about 500 pieces of equipment attached to you. I mean, you go through all the different things.
Yeah.
And I like the way that the book takes them through those different types of steps that you can break down and say, okay, okay, team, this week on our team meeting, we're going to talk about this and this and this, and let's have a group discussion
That's
about
the
it.
other thing. By
Yes.
reading this book, you're going to find out whether or not you really want to get seriously involved as a paranormal investigator, or if you're just looking to become a ghost hunter. Because if you buy this book, you're actually going to find out some of the stuff we're actually talking about in
Yes.
a circle, because we do that on purpose.
Yeah, yes,
So
we
it gives extreme detail about teams and the meetings and the paperwork and everything else that actually has to be done.
Right.
From before you go, while you're there, what happens while you're there, how reviewing the evidence and having the meeting after it. I mean, it's brilliant. I'm sorry, I just have to keep saying I've never seen anything like this, and this was so put together so well, with the amusing part that it keeps you going, like, hey, I got to keep reading this.
It
you
actually
know?
brought to mind a few things, guys, that I had actually forgotten.
We
about.
actually going to let these guys talk, or we're just going to
I know we're all just ranting and raving about the book. People don't do paperwork anymore. Like, I remember having to check the weather, the moon, the sun, the pollen counts, like all these things that a lot of groups nowadays don't even. That's not even part of their consciousness.
Now, do you
nowadays.
guys feel the barometric pressure actually affects when you're out doing either an investigation or a hunt?
Guys?
Chief?
I was fascinated by the flow of the voices. I didn't quite catch the question.
What was that? The flow of the ghost farts? What?
They want to know about barometric pressure and if we use that in our investigations, do we feel that it affects anything? And for myself, I'm going to say that I don't worry about certain things on my paperwork, like the moon phase, like the Mars and Jupiter and all.
No.
I don't go with all that stuff. I do the basic
Okay.
stuff. If it's snowing outside, I will say it's winter time, it's snowing out, it's about 15 degrees. That's what I'll do. That's it.
Right.
Most of the time, it's about the property. How
Right.
well is it kept? Is there a lot of clothing in the, is there garbage? Is there, are they pack rats? I mean, do they have, stuff on that shouldn't be on 24/7? I mean, I do that, but I don't worry about, all that other stuff. Of course, if it's windy, I'm going to say, hey, it's really windy because it could affect, the noise of, windows, flapping or glass being loose and making noise.
Right. Are they
but-
feeding squirrels and the
I don't-
squirrel feeders are too close to the window so the little noises?
Exactly.
Or is there raccoons or is there like rats in the attic? Things that people don't even think about debunking,
I mean, you
actually.
No, they don't.
I mean, you can go and break this simple guide down to where somebody really, if they really want to, pull it apart and they really want more explanation or, what more do they need, to get out there and do this, sure, we could write another book and make it, 400 pages and cover
Yay!
every topic that ever come up. But I don't want to do that because a lot of this stuff is basic knowledge.
Exactly.
If you have the right people on your team, and if you yourself do the research, why should I do your research? I mean, we're just giving you the basics. We're telling you how this should be done, and it's up to you to do the rest.
Yes.
Exactly.
And that's all I learned. I mean, when I started, I didn't even have somebody to say, hey, this is how you do it. It's like I had to learn on my own.
Right.
By getting a reaction or not getting a reaction. So, between Keith and I, when we wrote the book, it was, let's give them the basics. Let's give them something simple to follow by. The rest of it, they should be able to gather on their own. And the longer they investigate, the more knowledge they're going to get. And they're going to find out. I mean, trial and error. I mean, look at what the Warrens did or Dr.
Yes.
Hans Holzer did. I mean, there was no guides for them. There was no book. There wasn't any instructions. It was trial
Exactly.
and error. They used what they had.
Exactly.
And that's what we're telling people is that when you investigate, use what you have.
Exactly.
You don't have to spend $1,000.
No, not at all.
No, a
know,
bag of
you
flour
don't have
leaves
to-
And
footprints.
I've actually seen that in work in perfection.
I mean, it's a
once
pain
my
in the
life.
neck to clean up
Yeah.
afterwards, but it does leave the footprints.
Yeah, I mean, an important
Do
thing.
you agree?
An important,
Oh, absolutely
Yeah.
An
agree.
important thing to remember is that, like, a balloon and a toy football and a pinwheel,
Yeah, I remember reading that. Yeah.
some aluminium foil, they don't have batteries. They're not
Yeah.
going to suddenly, because on investigations, electronic equipment is forever fading. I just charged the battery and it's not working. Yeah, how many times have we heard that? So you don't rely on that sort of stuff. The old school stuff will always work.
Always
Yeah.
work.
It's
Well,
just-
especially, it really does. I 100% agree with you because, there was a point that you or one of you brought up in the book. I don't know which one. One of you brought up that if you have a trigger object and the trigger object doesn't really match the spirit from that era, they're not going to really understand it.
I loved that
And
part
I,
of the
I
book.
really loved that point that you made. And it's like almost like, I don't know, I don't want to say common sense because that sounds
Well, but see what
it's
we
common
think
knowledge.
It's common knowledge.
for
Yeah.
us. We do, but we would never think to tell somebody that those things don't match. But you actually really got into detail as far as that too. And that was brilliant putting that on paper.
Because again, that's common knowledge to people who are in the field, but not
Right.
common knowledge to people
Exactly.
that's new to the field at all.
It was just brilliant. It really
Yeah.
was. The whole book was extremely brilliant.
I read it twice. Okay, I read it twice. You've already read it twice.
Yeah, we want to make it the Bible.
Yes, yes, yes. Because we ourselves have a
Because
team
the
of
baseline
team.
it's brilliant. It really is a brilliantly written book. It's amazing. It really is.
I'll tell you one thing about the writing of it, the approach that was taken. We've all read textbooks, haven't we? And very
Yes.
dry non-fiction. You know, the boy's own book of tree height statistics in a northerly wind and really interesting things like that. What we try to produce is a non-fiction book that it tries to impart some information. It gives you some learning, right?
Yes.
Exactly.
We try to do it in a memorable way, and we try to make it readable. And I cannot myself write anything that doesn't have some humour in it.
I loved it.
To me.
I do. I love the humor. I really
The
do.
thing is, if you laugh, you tend to remember what made you laugh,
Exactly.
and then you've got the point we're trying to make.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
the first time that
And
I
here's
went
the other
through the
thing,
book,
it's
I
like
had to
what-
go read. I had to go watch Jurassic Park. I had an urge to watch
Yeah.
that movie.
But the other thing, like what Keith is saying, is that when you're in school and you have all those damn dry, textbooks, how much do you actually learn?
Not
So
much.
if you've got a book that, right, so if you've got a book that keeps your interest and it's simple to read, and yes, you can find some humor in it, and it's really not all that technical, it's just basic common knowledge with this stuff. It's going to
Exactly.
keep you there, and you're going to be able to read it. It's only 143 pages. But, You know what
Exactly.
I'm saying? So it doesn't have to be a 400 or 500 page book explaining every little detail. It's just giving you the
Exactly.
basics. It's telling you how we feel about the stuff,
Mm-hmm.
what we find in our research, and what we think it should be. And it's simple, And if more people were to think that way and do their investigations, I think a lot of people would be a lot happier with the way their investigations go. Because how many times you go to an investigation and you spend 6 hours or 8 hours there, and you're using these electronic gadgets, and nothing's going the way you want, or it's not responding. Well, to me,
Exactly.
you know what? Okay, drop that thing, pull out some old school stuff, make it a little more fun for yourself and for whatever may be in the house, so that you can
Yes.
get a reaction out of them.
Yeah.
And that's going to make the whole thing much better for you.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. I
Yes.
wish I had had this book when I had my own thing going on with my own team group that I was teaching, and
Yeah,
because
it's.
I
yeah.
wish I had had a book like this.
We
at the
want to
time.
let everybody know that the link is right up on the video chat. It's for those that are listening and not watching us on Facebook right now. The book is on Amazon. It's Flashlight, Recorder, and Comfortable Shoes. You definitely want to purchase this book. Look it up on Amazon. I mean, I don't know where else it's available, but it's a great baseline.
Barnes and
It's
Noble.
Barnes and Noble.
Nobles.
It's a wonderful baseline. It's a good start. It's extremely well written. It's fun to read. It's informative. And
Yes.
it's
It
like a
makes you
couple of
think.
times, I swear to God, because I didn't think of some of the brilliant ideas about the old school thing. I wanted to slap myself in the head for not thinking, damn, what's wrong with you? You didn't think of that.
And I used to get a kick out of how the kids would go, well, I don't have, my allowance doesn't let me buy a K2 meter. I'd be like, because I got to lower
I don't
myself
even
to
use
the
it.
lever. I'd be like, dude. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of other ways. And that's the thing, is that it's,
The problem, ladies,
Mhm.
the problem, sorry to interrupt, but the problem in the paranormal field, especially with investigation, is that when old school technique, or people that are trained in that stuff, or the people that have the experience in some of these other mechanical devices, or electronic voices, or, you know what I mean?
Yes.
It kind of closes your mind down to be very narrow, and that's one of the
Yes.
problems of the field right now. Is you've got to stop being so narrow-minded and so focused on one thing. The whole thing about being a paranormal investigator or being in this field is that you have to keep every door open. You have to see in every, direction, because there is so much out there that we don't know. We have
That's
no
true.
proof of any of this stuff.
Exactly.
And if you're only concentrating on one thing, you're going to miss everything else. And that's why when I tell people, hey, can I do this? They want to bring a balloon. Well, obviously, yes. I want you to use your brain.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to come in and try experiments. Let's do this. It's about being open-minded. It's about doing things that nobody else does.
Right.
So if you bring something to the table that I've never used before, let's do it. You know? You gotta be open-minded.
Absolutely. And it's you guys are just. I just love the fact that it brought me back. It really did. It really,
because
really,
that's
truly
how you
did.
started.
I
Is
did.
with a
I
recorder.
did.
I just want to let everybody know coming up in the second half hour of our show, because you guys are doing an hour, correct?
Would you guys want to still?
Yeah, I'm pretty much done. at this
Okay.
point.
I just want to let it really is a very well written book. I highly recommend it, and I'm going to stick the
Thank
link
you.
on my page.
Thank
But
you.
Yeah.
I just want to let everybody know before everybody gets their final word that coming up in the second half hour is the mirror effects of the empath and why some people instantly dislike you.
Mm-hmm.
You definitely want to stay tuned and find out about that. Hoping we can help some people out with that one. But I mean, you guys are fun. I really enjoyed talking with
Thank
you
you.
guys.
We would love one day to just, the male version and the female version of Troublemakers get together with our tape, our compasses, and a pencil, and nothing else.
I'm coming with the pinwheels.
Nope. Oh, yeah, well, the pin.
Yeah,
you can
not
bring.
not the homemade rolls that I make, but the ones that go in the.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
Do you
right.
want me? Back in the day, we
Well,
didn't have.
I really appreciate you guys having us on. You know, we love that you love the book.
We
and,
do.
We really appreciate it.
You might be the authors visiting our youth group,
You
and
gotta let the other
yeah.
guy talk too.
oh, I gotta hear the accent. Hello.
Oh.
Hello.
Keith,
Yeah.
Sorry, Keith. She talks a
I
lot.
just want to know what. Yeah, I just want to know what you guys are on and where can I get some of it.
What? I didn't hear a
What?
word. I didn't hear that one.
I heard something about an American.
I said I just wanted to know what you guys are actually on and where can I get some.
Oh, really? Well, you know it's called lots of Dunkin' Donuts coffee. lots of coffee.
No, we're just two
No.
girls that like to sit, have a good time,
Mhm.
and we just really enjoy what we do, and we really enjoy sharing information with others.
Yes.
And basically that's what it is we do.
We love getting the knowledge that you guys
Right.
put out
That's
there to
that's what we do.
everyone,
All
you know.
kinds of knowledge, and we love the paranormal field, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, we're just hoping that those out there that don't have the knowledge now will know at least where
Mm-hmm.
to start. And that's it. Please, guys, you got to get this book.
Find,
It's not a Bible. It's a baseline. It gives you everything you need. You
Yes.
want to buy this book.
Right, and it helps you to, again, gives you everything you need to start off and start thinking, like you said, out of the box on your own. Think of what kind of items you
Exactly.
can use next to keep elaborating on this concept. You don't need thousands and thousands of dollars to do this. Okay, your passion will take you a lot farther than $5 you're going to spend on whatever it is. You don't need it. You don't need it.
Okay,
You
we're
know?
coming up to the top of
Thank
the
you,
hour.
Keith. Thank you, Ted.
And I want to say thank you to Keith and Ted for coming on the show. I mean, you guys were a lot of fun to talk to.
We got to come back on again sometime.
Yeah,
We're going
we're
to be getting on
gonna-
that next book writing spree there.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. Now, and we're going to be able to find the links on the top of our pages where you can access the book. We have a fan group. We have our active page as well. So if you have any other questions, beyond our show today, for Ted, for Keith, on the book, please don't be shy. Post all that. Get into the chat rooms. Let's get the buzz going. Let's get these questions out there. Let's get these knowledge out there. If you have some ideas that maybe we haven't mentioned, and you want to kind of put it out there, always loving to know what else our other, Rift travelers are thinking about out there. So
Ride the Rift.
that's right.
Ride
We're
the
riding the
waves
Rift
of the
right
Rift.
along with you.
All right, I want to say again, I want to say thank you so much for coming with us on this first hour. And I really
you,
enjoyed
Duncan.
talking with you
Thank
both.
you. Thanks so much, guys. We
Have a
really
good
appreciate
night,
you.
guys.
Thank
If there's any questions,
You
I can
too.
always shoot them over to the
Yeah.
email for you guys. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
All right,
Thank
thank-
you. Appreciate that.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. Thank you again.
Our
It was
pleasure.
fun.
Bye.
Thank you. Yep.
Bye.
Good night.
And
Bye-bye.
thanks for joining us on this side of the pond, Keith.
All right. We are getting ready to go to break. Our first hour was definitely with Paratalk,
Yes.
and they can only do an hour, but, I write up shows, so we're going to take a short pause for the cause over here, and then we're going to get into the mirror effects of
Oh,
impact
and,
why some people instantly dislike you.
Yes.
And don't forget, you can call in at 323-870-3877. So we will be right back as soon as I figure out. We're going to do a little Irish jig tonight.
We are.
Beats by Jer.
All right, because then you know what? We have to do this for our sponsors.
I know I play that every time we're on break, but I you know, what can I say? Between the Lee and the Casey name, I'm telling you, we got some Irish over here with a Swedish last name.
We need to tell them the truth. It's because we go into the other room and we do Irish jig the whole entire time. Okay, that's what it is. That with running back and forth to the bathroom and doing our relays, we're good. That's how we get our exercise in. It works for us. It works.
You know, I really enjoyed the first hour, but you know me, I
yeah.
love teaching.
I know, and I love the subject this week.
You know, I ran across so much information. I literally had 10 things, and I said, okay, Michelle, pick one. I didn't know which one I wanted to do tonight. So I want to thank you guys for sticking with us, and we are back, and the lines are actually open.
They are.
Yeah. Topic of tonight is the mirror effects of an empath and why some people instantly dislike you. Believe it or not, it is not your fault.
It's not.
It
but,
really isn't.
And it's a lot more common than people even realize.
Yes, it is.
And especially people that don't even really know that they're empaths.
Yeah, and
That
that's
happens.
it. We went through the episode about how to tell whether or not you're an empath or what type of gifts you have. And we're going to get into some of the information about this. And hopefully in an hour's time, we don't talk your ear off. And if we have to get to it the next show and finish it off the next show, we'll finish it off the next show.
Absolutely. We won't leave you hanging.
No. You know, we might tease you and give a little tease here and there, but you never know. All right, so don't forget, you can call in. Phone lines are open at 323-3877. I had a bit of a brain fart going on there.
You mean a ghost fart?
A ghost fart.
It was a ghost fart.
It was a ghost fart.
I smelt that.
So I couldn't say hi to everybody before, but hi, Carlton. Hi, Cody. How you guys doing?
Yes, we had Anand.
Yeah.
We had Howie, you know, Howie's Angels.
Yeah,
we had him checking in on us, too.
Yeah, I know, Howie. I can't answer. I've got so many pages open with all the video that I have going on right now. But don't forget, guys, ride the waves of the Rift.
Yes.
And before we get into this, I want to mention, okay, we have the Blunt Trucker tomorrow night.
Oh, my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
That is the one show I must stay away. I must.
The
because
Orion Effect. Don't forget about the Orion Effect.
With Howie the Hitman.
And the cooperative show Night Visions.
Yes. Oh, my goodness. Every night of the week, just clue it.
Just tune in. Every night of the week.
Tune in.
Yeah, Rogue Talk Radio.
Oh, my goodness.
Just Short of Crazy.
Oh, gosh.
The Hollywood Connections. Knowledge Behind the Veil. And, of course, Night Moves Radio.
We have
right
so many
before Awakening the Unknown. So there's always something going on in the show. So let's get right into this.
We have some new things, too, coming up. Everyone should be watching out for some new shows
So you
coming.
definitely want them. And don't forget, if you missed it, you can listen to all the shows on Apple Podcast.
Yes, because we are on iTunes as well as everywhere else, it seems, these days.
Hey, if I had it my way, we'd really be all over the place. But guys, ride the waves of the Rift.
Well, Oprah's not on anymore. We can't go on Oprah.
Yeah, but Oprah wasn't as funny as we are.
No,
we
I
talk
know.
about ghost farts.
Yeah, it's
Hey,
true.
did
Oprah.
anybody out there see that episode of SNL? Literally, it was the psychic. I don't know if you got to look it up. It's called Ghost Farts. It's probably on YouTube. It's bloody hilarious. I was dying. Literally, these makeshift people after the guy farted, and literally they try to go back and forth to, no, wait, I think it says Willie. He said Willie. So after they go through it several times, by the end he goes, oh, for Christ's sakes, I farted. So he finally owned it. So that was the point.
That was good that he didn't wait through all of the investigative stuff after the fact for them to just discover.
No,
on
he kept trying to
EVP.
lead them in another room, but it didn't work that way. But it really
Follow
was funny.
the ghost fart.
Yeah.
Follow the ghost fart.
Now, all yous out there, we have all experienced it, being around someone who has either taken an instant dislike to us, or a bizarre resentment suddenly appears in those we have known for some time.
Oh, my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
I get the bizarre resentment thing a lot.
Well, maybe we'll find out why. All right.
Hi.
Now there is there's no clear reason for the change in this behavior. No matter whether they try to hide their feelings or not, an empath can sense their loathing, and it does not feel good. And I'll tell you that from experience, people.
It does not.
I know. I don't always say, but I know if someone doesn't like me. But you know what? I also realize that it's not my fault.
No.
Yep.
I used to take blame for that. I should take that very personally.
Oh, yeah. Especially when you're new to the empathic field and you're picking up on the negativity. That's definitely it. Someone taking an instant dislike to another is completely normal and acceptable part of life. It really is. We are all different, and there always be some people who are not going to get along with us. But whether we're sensitive or not, that's just common knowledge.
It's the rules of the laws of the life, I guess.
Yep.
It's
now,
true.
what is often baffling is why some people act and have animosity towards us. Well, us, I say empaths because I am. So, it's a very difficult thing.
It's a very touchy thing, and I feel a lot of sympathy for people who don't even know that they're empaths, and they're always I don't know why this person doesn't like me, and I have never done anything. And they're the nicest people in the world, but why doesn't that person like,
and that's the thing. The empath has to distinguish the difference between whether or not this person doesn't like you or whether or not they're feeling something within themselves.
Right.
And it's reflecting. That's the other part of it as well.
Which is the mirror effect that we're talking about.
Okay, we're talking, yes, we are. There's several of them. Now, let's see. Other than the fact that some people will always want to take away the light in those. I mean, if you're a beacon of shining light, some people will just want to find a way to take that light away from you.
They do. They want to extinguish that light just because they just don't like it.
Exactly. So and when they come to discover that in the individual, especially if the individual is an empath, they're going to want to take that away. It's just a part of who they are. Okay, now we go. All right. C. They act as a mirror would be one of the reasons. Their vibration is too fast is another one.
Right. Makes people feel uncomfortable.
And their stillness is wrongly interpreted. Now, here is an example of stillness.
Talk about our example.
Okay, our example of stillness. We went to an event with Cody Ray DeVias. Okay, we were at Slater Mill. Now, me, myself, because of who I am and the empathic abilities, I'm not always in the center. Michelle's in the center. I'm always in the back. But, see, I'm in the back because that's what happens. I will feel too much. I will sense too much. So I know myself that it's time to step back or step away.
Right, because that's where you feel comfortable.
Exactly. It's easier for me to have the ability to interpret what's going on, especially on what we were doing was ghost hunting. That was just a fun night. We weren't paranormal investigating. So it's easier.
We had some paranormal virgins that night, though. So
oh, my God. Yes, we did. That was it was a fun night.
The virgins liked us.
Yeah, I know. It was a couple of them, and they should buy that book.
They should.
Now, reflecting back. Let's talk about reflecting back. It is common for people to act inadequate.
Let's see. Inauthentically.
Really got to learn to type these things bigger. See, they hide who they are. And when you are around an empath, with the ability to get in deeper, and they're reflecting off of you. Now, as an empath, they have the ability to reflect this back to them. There are some who hide aspects of their personality in order to manipulate others, but the majority who act incorrectly do so to fit in. And that's the thing. An empath will automatically know if they're not being themselves. Now, that's an automatic, they're reflecting back, okay, I don't want this, I don't like this person.
Right.
And a lot of people won't know.
Why?
If they just don't know. It's like automatic type thing that actually happens within themselves.
But why?
It's the fear of being judged or disliked.
But why?
Hey, kid, I'm gonna give you a lollipop.
Are we there yet? Are we
No.
there yet? Okay. I could use a lollipop. No, you mentioned one. Oh,
I don't have any lollipops. I didn't bake today. I'm sorry.
yeah.
You know, it's the fear of being judged or disliked.
Well, today's society teaches
For
you
what
that,
they
so.
don't like about themselves. It makes someone wear a mask, and that's what happens. You're actually wearing a mask. Even those who are sensitive, and they put on this face to the world of individuals who they truly aren't. Now, when
Two-faced.
right, when you come to face with an empath, there is no hiding
You
or
cannot.
concealing the traits. Your traits. There's no mask.
As much as they try to, there is no mask.
There is no mask with an empath.
Which
I mean,
leads them
you
to feel uncomfortable.
exactly, and that's the thing. And I've learned a long time ago, it's okay for somebody to look at me when they first meet me and get this, like, just don't like this individual. But once they get to know me and understand, okay, she's really not putting on a mask. She is this individual. So it takes a while, but I've learned over the years to accept that. Yeah, sometimes they're like, oh my God, I gotta tell you everything. And then other times it's like, oh my God, get away from me. All right.
And
Wait a minute. Nope, I showered.
I'm more like the opposite. I don't care if you feel uncomfortable. I'm going to hug you and kiss you and love you till you don't anymore.
Oh, hell no, you're gonna throw lipstick all over me all the time.
All the time.
Right.
I found a cute color for you, by the way.
See, what it is because being around an empath can actually bring up anything buried. Now, a lot of people will go through life, and what they'll do is psychologically, here goes the psych pat coming in, psychologically, they will bury what is going on within themselves, but they've buried it for so long that it becomes a part of who they are.
They can't even tell the difference anymore.
Right. And an empath will pick up on that, and the individual trying to mask who they truly are will actually sense that the person knows there's something there. There's something not quite right and off.
And it puts them more in the defense, even, I think, because they're not, I don't want this person to know that I'm really, a two-faced SOB or a
Well,
PIA.
it's not just that. A lot of people,
private, even personal things,
like an example, people that are extremely outgoing might be inwardly very sensitive. You know, yeah. So
not me, unfortunately. Yeah, right.
They put on this outward type act, but yet on the inside they're extremely sensitive individuals.
It's true.
Yeah.
Absolutely true.
It really is. So, yep.
I'm not the only one.
No.
Oh, makes me feel so much. I'm not alone. I'm not. But it's a more common problem than people realize.
So what happens is those that actually experience this, they don't realize why they have an intense dislike towards the empath. It is simply a reflection of their own shadow side, and the shadow side is the side they're hiding within themselves. Anything hidden becomes seen within the mirror of the empath. So therefore, they're reflecting their negativity towards
the person that's mirroring the negativity back at them.
The mirror itself is actually the empath.
Yeah.
And that's what happens. It's like when you're looking in a mirror and you see yourself and you say, oh my God, look at that gray. It's not a new
Oh my
wrinkle.
gosh, you can see my gray?
Right. So it's like the empath is walking around with a mirror on their face. And all they see is the mirror. And then the individual, rather than getting to know who the person is, will see the parts of themselves that they're uncomfortable with.
Right. And they're assuming that's who the other person is, when in actuality it's themselves that they're not liking mirroring back at themselves.
Exactly. Exactly.
I'm not trying to say that in another language, though, because I just would confuse myself.
So I guess she's sticking English tonight.
Today I'm just English only. That's it. I don't even think I could remember how to say that in Mandarin Chinese, actually, at this point. Maybe gestures? No.
No. We're a PG show. All right.
See, her empath side read it.
No, that was an empath side. That just, I know you, girl. I know you. I'm telling you.
Trouble.
All right. Now we're going to get into the mirror effect.
Yes.
There's
Yes,
actually a mirror effect.
Yes.
Yes.
So, not just like the movies, the butterfly effect. There's also the actual
Mirror effect. That's right.
Which is why for so many years now, even psychologically, people have said, you know, you just are not liking, you don't like that person because you see something in that person that reminds you of yourself. People use that term a lot.
Yes, exactly.
You know.
This is exactly what we're talking about. And sometimes it's not that. It's just, sometimes people are actually, oh my God, this can't be real. Okay? It's like, nah, she doesn't really care that much.
I know.
She's got to be hiding something.
Oh, she's on drugs.
Yeah, no, just lots of caffeine.
Yeah, lots and lots of caffeine.
Yeah.
That's true.
Now, because an empath actually picks up on other people's emotions, hidden behaviors, and true personality traits, they can take them on, thus project them back out to their rightful owner, and that does become an issue.
Yes, that makes them
And
feel
it's like, oh my God, it's like your empathic friend who you love just became bipolar is what it sounds like. I'm telling you. And that happens sometimes. Hi, Renee, I hope you're feeling good.
I know. I'm happy to see her. I was just about to type that.
Yeah.
Thank you for,
See,
sharing
they
that.
can wear other people's truths like a mask, and they hide behind it, even if they are unaware that they're doing it. Anything hidden, such in like insecurity, suppressed shame, guilt, anger, and it builds for long until it's left and buried. If someone has a trait that they don't like about themselves, they are reminded of it when the empath is actually present. This is the one reason why instant dislike can come towards an empath. It has been your experience. It could well be that you are reflecting it back to them. They truly deny it. Or, again, there could be other reasons, but...
And sometimes people, they themselves don't even know the reason.
Exactly.
They could be like a former, like, for instance, of like a rape victim or, or someone with other type of issues that they thought they've already dealt with.
Exactly.
And it's still within them.
Yes.
And they think that they've already dealt with it. They think they've already let it go. They've had 1,200
like the
years.
individual when we went to go
Right.
we went to go check something out, and this happens to me all the time. It was like, Michelle knows that look now. She's gotten to the point where, okay, I know that look. Just spit it out because they're not going to leave you alone. She knows me. So I get that look, and she's like, oh, my God, I know I've heard this before, but I kept going and going and going, and I had to until she understand the reason why it kept coming up. And it's something that actually happens, and it can get annoying for some people. Michelle's cool with it, though.
Totally. And then what did I bring? What did I make a point of telling you at
Yeah.
the end of that? She hugged you first. Okay? Which is something, that usually,
Usually it's always Michelle first.
well, that or I attack them. You know what I mean? One or the other first. But she literally, by the end of all that, she already saw something already totally different other than the mirror effect she saw in the beginning.
Exactly.
And was like hugging you first. It was a totally different connection already.
Yes.
Because of what had happened. You took that mirror effect away. In other words, you
yeah.
cleared it up for her a little bit.
But see, I'm not just the empath.
No, you're not.
Right.
You are
But-
not just an empath. What? Are you just wearing your empath quackish today?
That's it. That's all I'm wearing. Now, here's the other one. Now, our friend Marcy,
Uh-huh.
she has this issue.
Yes, poor thing. Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
You want to
yes.
guess? Don't read. You got to guess. Come on, you got to guess.
guess.
Anybody wanna guess?
Is getting sick?
Her vibration is too fast.
Yes, and that's another thing. That's like, some people like fast cars, some people don't.
Right.
You know?
But the vibration of the individual, that's going to actually cause an issue. And it, you know, it will.
Well, because
Now-
people also too are used to a slower vibration. A lot of people, as the more work you do on yourselves, the more work that you do, you know, in general with your own inner demons, I guess you can call it, the more your vibration speeds up. So the
Well,
average person's not used
here's
to
a
that.
bit of an explanation for you.
Much better than my explanation, thank you. I'm,
You know, just because I write these things up doesn't mean I remember what I write down. It's like, I'll have to show you guys after the show. I was literally trying to do this photo that's behind us now. And I ended up channeling somebody really silly. And it's a very silly show tonight. And I have a rainbow and bubbles.
I love that though.
I have no idea why.
I'm like, that told me right there where tonight was headed. I
All
might
right.
get her to go out and get drunk after tonight's show. I don't know.
Nah.
The bubbles and the rainbows.
I was missing the leprechaun and yeah.
It's because you have not jigged with me in 2 weeks. I wasn't
Well,
here last
I
week.
needed the little leprechaun in that picture, then I'd probably be complete. So, all right. Just like an empath has a need sometimes to not be around individuals who spew negativity, there are some who cannot stand being around those who actually vibrate clean energy.
Does
that make sense to
makes
you?
a lot of sense. And it makes sense to any of our listeners out there. Please, we want to hear your versions, your lives, your stories.
We do.
Okay, you can call us. I won't
Let's
talk about
check.
my UTI this week, I
Oh
promise.
my goodness. If you have any questions in the chat room, please feel free.
Or I'm
So-
going to talk about my UTI. Oh,
All right, we're
I was
going to
gonna say,
continue
I
this.
got no hangnails this week to talk about.
Vibration, energy,
yeah.
energy,
Yeah.
vibration.
Not
Okay.
vibrators.
No.
Vibrations.
Oh my goodness. Help.
Oh, I want everyone to understand it clearly. Vibration.
Okay, now. Okay, when you work on yourself and you make positive changes to your mind, body, and spirit, you become cleaner and pure. And that's what happens. Meditation's actually good for that.
It really is.
Right. This can cause rejection from those who need to be around a lower level vibration. So it's not actually you, it's vibrations. Are you putting hearts?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
I sent some hearts out there
Okay.
just to let
So
everybody
you
know
were,
that.
you were listening to me and you weren't paying attention. You
Oh,
just
no.
put out tons of
I
hearts.
was. The first heart I did by accident. And then I said, oh, that's cute. I'll just keep on looking at her and clicking. Why not? I'm sharing a little love.
So vibrating in a higher space can actually repel those you love, believe it or not. People
Yes.
sense change, whether it is visually apparent or not, as they can feel when another has changed or stepped up in their frequency.
And they are not comfortable, a lot of people, with that
No.
at all.
Not everyone is ready to rise their vibrations. Some actually still have lessons to learn in their lives, and they're not ready to actually move forward.
Or never want to, or never plan to.
Exactly. And because they are not ready, they may not be drawn, and they might want to bring you back down to where you are. And that's another reason why you're feeling negativity from an individual is because they want to bring your vibrational energy actually back down. Also, if you feel like you don't fit them anymore, it's just like a hostility. And all of this has to do with the fact that your vibrational energy is your frequency is higher
Than
than
the
what
other
it was, and people like that do have issues being around others whose frequency is at a higher level. So
It's
I was
Don't mind
wondering what you were doing with the mouse over there.
well, because usually when I touch the mouth, it's because I'm about to screw something up really bad. So I went reaching for the mouth.
I'm not used to her using the mouse. Usually she's like all over the place.
See, you can tell, now she knows though when I touch that mouth.
Like, okay, what do I gotta fix? So, I mean, People do, and especially somebody like Marcy. Marcy vibrates at such a high frequency, but yet to her, I was extremely drawn to her. I was, and I
Yeah.
still am, and we will have
Yeah.
to. We definitely got to talk to her about some
I
up
think-
and coming ideas for shows
I
and,
think we're
have her
frequency
on.
junkies, though.
Yeah, well, no, I don't think we're junkies. And what it is that we're growing,
Right.
so to speak.
So we're attracted more
in
to her
yeah, in other
vibrations.
words, we have. Oh, I don't know how to put this on. We have one that has awakened and one that's coming up.
Oh, watch out, people. Oh, watch out.
See, awakening.
The unknown, right?
That's right.
Which is probably, which is,
So does that mean me? I'm the awakening and you're the unknown.
oh, I'm totally the unknown. Are you kidding me? I'm only starting to know a little bit of my unknowns right now. And I've been in this unknown part for me for a long time. But, like, think about it. I didn't know why I was getting sick physically. Now I understand
Exactly.
why I get sick physically the way that I
Right.
do. Which that's elevated my vibrations because that's a whole world of opening up right there.
Which you're doing right now, by the way, too.
Which I just
Yeah, I mean, literally, you're starting to vibrate up a little higher, too. So, all right, let's get into the next one, and I'll stop reading my
that's the vibrator I put underneath my vibrating
my partner in
chair.
crime. I'll stop reading her. I can't help it. I can't help it.
Read me. I'll do one
Once
this thing.
upon a time, there was this little girl named. No, I'm sorry.
Who
All right.
tried.
All right. Your stillness is wrongly interpreted.
Yes, and it's amazing how you learn that about me and how I go into that little cocoon phase.
Mm-hmm.
And it because of, again, prior to someone actually understanding my stillness was being interpreted as a whole other different thing.
Depression.
Depression,
Yeah, no.
all kinds of things that were not. When in actuality is, I dealing with the illness parts I was not understanding prior that I now understand. It's even if I do have an experience now, it's not anything as long as what I was experiencing.
No,
before,
and
at
it's
all.
also cool that both of us can actually talk to each other and say, hey, I had this, I had that, I had this. I mean, literally, I've had some of the most unusual dreams.
I know lately. I was. Oh
Okay.
my goodness.
Well, we're
okay.
actually, we'll get into that because interpreting dreams is different based on my beliefs as far as the Native American, and it would be a good comparison.
Yeah, actually,
Yeah,
that
actually,
would
it
be
would.
interesting.
But that's
Oh,
another show.
Another
So-
show coming up. Another show idea.
All right. Sorry, I guess I'll have to write that one up tomorrow. Now, as we were talking about your stillness, okay, it is definitely interpreted as a wrongness for some individuals. All right. To those that have like an insecure nature, or you're quiet, sometimes distant, these are forms or things that people think that you're like snobbing them or you're disrespecting them, and that's it. Your stillness is a wrongness to them, so they actually say, oh my God, that one's this, that one's that, and that happens. Now, because at times you may appear aloof and may consider this to be superior behavior, wrongly assuming that you believe that you were in some ways above them, but that's not it.
Not at all
Like when we were with Cody at the Slater Mill, I had to withdraw because of my abilities, but I also felt the need to let him know why.
Exactly.
Because, if he doesn't know me, I've learned to say, okay, this is what's going on. This is why I had to be in the background and why Michelle takes the reins, so to speak.
And why I kind of
So in
leave
other
them away
words,
from you. It's like,
I'd be
"It's
hanging out
okay."
with Rudolph and she'd be on the sleigh. So,
Come on, stand on me. No, I was gonna leave it. No, totally other different show there too.
So
That's for our
normally-
holiday special.
I know. We'll have to really think of that one.
Oh my.
Oh, do I have a good one? Never
Uh-oh.
mind.
Does it
All right.
involve me spanking Santa?
No, but
Oh.
it's actually True Legends.
Can I dress up like Santa?
I don't care. All right. Normally, when an empath acts in an aloof or distant way, it's because they are overloaded.
That is why a lot of times, like, when we go do certain things where people are like, is Sue okay? Is everything all right with Sue? I'm like, that's all right. Sue's fine. I'll lead them away from you. I'll lead them away and try to engage them on something else, because automatically, again, people will assume, again, your stillness
Right.
is indicative of something's wrong.
But see, that's why we make the perfect team.
I know. We're like melded human beings.
You are very outgoing and out there, and sometimes I have to withdraw. So, what's going on. It's not like, oh my God, here she goes again.
Oh my God.
Totally
Girl,
wrong.
like,
Totally.
You're like, what the hell? All right, so I had to party by myself. But it's nothing like that at all. And it's, again, because with the way that we work together, stillness is your thing. Like,
Right.
where I will do the whole other different thing. And we know how
She'll
to pick
clean
up.
her whole house in an hour.
Oh, my Lord. I'm telling you. It makes me feel better.
I'm
I love
telling
to
you,
clean
I
and
mean,
cook, I don't
you
know.
put Speedy Gonzalez to shame.
I don't know. It's just a mental thing with me. It's how, I guess, how I rein in some of that mental,
I swear to
Yeah.
God, this is like comedy hours. Comedy 2 hours.
But we know how to handle each other's
Exactly.
issues that we don't find it strange, and like if something's
No,
happening.
we're
with
cool
me,
with the strangeness.
we dig it. We're like totally into it, and we have learned to now working together, learn how to help other people deal with these types of issues as well. Because
Exactly.
what I don't understand, you understand. You don't understand, I understand. We're like
Exactly.
two peas in a pod from the same pea pod. So
Exactly.
see, how would you even say that? From the same pea pod plant?
Peanut butter and jelly.
Peanut butter and jelly, yeah.
Ooh, pizza and cheese.
Ooh, with mayonnaise.
Gross.
I know you don't like mayonnaise.
All right. When having taken on too much, stimuli
Yes.
from their surroundings, now this is an empath, and they are in serious need of recharge. And empaths wants nothing more than to be invisible to others.
Mm-hmm.
That's why
You need that.
they
Yeah.
withdraw.
Yeah.
And they're not withdrawing because of anything else. It's just that there is so much stimuli going on that you have to be able to sort through it.
Yeah. If not, you're gonna it becomes too much. Becomes too much for the empath.
Right.
So that's why I play I'm like the. Like you're the quarterback, and
Yeah,
I'm like
I'll
the
just sit in
defense,
the
and
wagon and she'll wheel me around.
It's
She'll
better
be-
than.
She'll have tons of muscles by the time she's done.
Do I have to bring my special helmet?
Don't lick the windows.
Oh man,
I didn't clean them.
But listen, don't eat crayons either, except for the orange ones though. Only the orange ones have vitamin C.
I can't. It's a PG show. Yeah.
Oy vey.
All right, now when heading towards fatigue or a meltdown, again, the last thing an empath can deal with is somebody's overloading their troubles, like so many do, and it's not another individual's fault. It really isn't.
It's your own energy
Even a
inside.
polite conversation sometimes can actually be too much, and when the empath actually rejects the other individual because they are overloaded. I actually do have a couple of tricks up my sleeve that I do utilize when I'm in public sometimes. So what happens is when they're overloaded, yes, they are going to withdraw because others don't feel what an empath feels. It's difficult for them to understand why they have withdrawn in the way they do. Sadly, the more insecure someone is, the more that they'll be offended by your quiet ways. Now, if you see this as like blowing hot and cold, like I said, bipolar Susie, no.
But that's part of that's all kind of like a little combo of the mirror effect too, though. I think in
Exactly.
part.
And what happens is individuals can actually develop a adversity towards you, like not knowing what to do because you have this hot and cold thing going on. And then for the actual empath, another part of a mirror effect is you're actually almost on overload, but you still have a bunch of stuff to do. So one thing can set you on a boom, which Michelle got the boom one time.
Hey, I understand the boom quite well.
And it's
and you
just,
sometimes you don't even know when it's coming. It's
no, it's just it's overload. But here's the thing: always have somebody you can vent to. That's my Michelle.
And I have my Sue.
Bye, Michelle. Now, here's a little
She doesn't
trick.
mind when I wear my fancy helmet.
All right, here's the thing. When you're out in public, my word of advice, try to keep a hematite with you. Because if you are an empath, what you do not want is you don't want to be overgrounded.
No.
So jet and all those other really, really dark crystals will overground you, and you'll pick up more sadness than anything else, which will bring you down. Keep a hematite with you in order to keep a little bit of withdrawal. Okay? Now, I used to work the psychic circuit. I did back when Joey was alive. I did a lot of benefits for cancer. That was the thing. I was always
Which is
fighting
tough
to help
be
to
an
raise
empath,
money.
though.
Right, but it wasn't just the empath side of me. There's other sides of me. So when I was out there in between reading people, and sometimes I didn't have time, I always had my hematite with a black cloth on and on my table, and I always had gloves, even in the summertime, fingerless gloves. So I've got all kinds of fancy little fingerless gloves. I got some with holes, some with lace. I mean, I got all kinds of things. People think I'm weird, and they go, "Is that a fashion statement?" I says, "Dude, you don't want to know." Or sometimes they go, yes it is. Or, in the wintertime when you got those like leather ones, what are you getting ready for a fight? Yes I am.
Oh, I'd be
no.
like, you know what? You don't really want to know what I'm planning on doing with these gloves later.
But see, what people don't realize is when I'm shutting off inside my gloves, I actually have hematite.
See? And
Nobody sees it.
No.
Nobody sees it.
No, and it is a fashion thing, girl. You're rocking it.
You know what? I gotta order some more.
We're going to be selling at our fairs and festivals coming up this summer, Sue's fingerless gloves. And we're not just going to cut the fingertips off. So that might be one of our own little signature items that's going to be coming out.
You know, believe it or not, it really does help.
It
It
can
does.
totally imagine
It
does.
helps. And another thing is anybody who's an empath or a psychic, you have to have, and you notice I grab my necklace a lot. And I do that. A lot of places where I'm at, whether I'm out in public, whether I'm here, it's like a constant piece around my neck. But it has a sunstone, which helps bring out the sunshine in individuals that are coming towards me, especially as an empath. I want that in people. So if
Right.
somebody's having an issue or they're upset, I'm always rubbing the stone.
You want
But-
to bring out that positive
Right.
things out
But
of them.
see, it also has amethyst. So the combination of some of the crystals that I wear actually help. Like these they're just things that are
that
always
you never
with
take
me.
off, I noticed too.
Yes.
They're part of you. It has your energy
Exactly.
in them. You know.
Exactly. Now those are things that help when you're out in public. Now, when I used to come back from a fair, I mean, funny story. We're getting ready to close up the show, but you know,
Oh man, it's not time already,
it's
is
like
it?
15 minutes.
Oh my goodness, I missed
know-
last week. I was TIing and now this. Oh my gosh.
The funniest thing happened. I swear to God, I got done with a fair and I was busy. I mean, literally, I had 15 minutes, and it started at 9 and ended at 4, and I had like 15 minutes to myself.
Wow.
That's how booked it was. That one was to help an individual go through cancer treatment, so I was very busy. But by the time I was done, I was so overloaded. I felt like I was flying. I wasn't walking. I was floating. So, I mean, even the hematite couldn't ground me.
Right.
So I get in my car and I start driving, and I'm like, I don't know where the hell I am. I couldn't remember how to get from point A to point B. So, you know, my poor adopted daughter, I swear to God. I mean, it doesn't matter what time it is. I'd call her and I'd say, Lisa. She'd go, where are you now? I said, I think I'm still down the Cape. What's around you? Literally, I would describe everything around me, what I seen. She always found a way to get me home.
See, which is why that global positioning satellite stuff we had on each other, because it really helped. Yes,
was.
people, it's a real thing. We had GPS satellite program on each other,
Yes.
okay?
Yes, we did.
We had unbelievable.
It was
Unbelievable,
funny.
unbelievable.
I'm saying, hey, you haven't been out of the house for a while. You need milk?
And the original plan was, if we're hunting Bigfoot
Yes.
out in the Freetown State Forest, if we get separated, we'll just put up the program and we'll be able to find each other. But we never used it like that.
No, we didn't.
No, but it was really useful though,
Hey,
regardless.
you haven't been home all day. What are you doing circling the neighborhood? No.
Did you forget your phone at home, or is that really you? Are you really at this place? Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm telling you, this was one heck of a show tonight.
That's why it helps that we have para buddies.
Yeah.
The buddy system.
Para buddies. Para buddies.
Para buddies, and from the first half of our show,
Yep.
the buddy system.
Mhm.
That's why always does. Whether you're all there or not, to always have a buddy just like you.
Oh my God, it was a really fantastic show.
Oh, I
we
can't
still
believe
have
it's
some.
already over.
Not yet. We still actually have some time, people.
I love the fact that we're talking about this though, because I find even with family members, a lot of family members, even people who've known who you are, what you do, what you're about, in your whole life, these things still come up. They
Yes.
still come up, and
Yes,
it's a
they do.
reaction that people can't even expect even out of themselves sometimes. People that know you have these things happen, and they
Yes.
still don't understand.
Yes.
So this was a really, really key topic that we're discussing tonight.
You
honestly.
picked it. I just read it.
I
I wrote it, read it, and she picks it.
And I'm like,
Yeah, it's like a deck of cards. Pick a show, any show.
We're gonna start doing that. We're gonna do like a bingo. We'll show bingo. We're just gonna put them in a thingy and just kind of like. We're
Well,
talking about UTIs today.
No,
so-
no.
She'd be like, no, we're not. I'd be like, yeah, see, the paper really says it. Quick, let me write down UTI.
All right.
Oh my goodness. Who's on for our next week?
Oh my goodness, we have
We
so
have
much. We have so
Yes.
much coming up.
So
Okay.
much, which was, I think it's great that we have a few extra minutes. Actually, for this show is close to a week, because we do have a lot coming up.
We do. We do have quite a bit.
Lot.
We do have an event that we're going to. And again, it's going to try to pull up the event, except you might have to pull it up on your end.
Yep.
You're going to have to, because, my computer's high.
I actually think I have it right here already on my phone.
No, that's the book.
No.
Just pull it up right there.
The tattoo. Right here?
The tattoo.
The tattoo convention. Here it is.
Yes. Pull it up.
It disappeared on me.
Oh, my goodness. She's having technical difficulties tonight.
I'm sure that's not normal for me. It's the Phoenix. It's not working for me. The Phoenix Tattoo Fair, I believe, and it's to help the animals. That is a big, big thing that we're always
Yes.
trying to find a way
yes,
to help
yes,
the animals.
yes.
So let's see. Come on, open for me.
So we are actually going to be at Seven Arrow Herb Farm.
Oh my gosh.
Mm.
I can't wait.
So
can't
we'll be
wait.
doing some live stream about the vendors and the holistic aspects of all the animals and everything
They're
else.
going to let
that's
us
going
run
on.
loose and run amok.
And I'm doing readings.
Ah,
And so
I love it. So if any of our listeners are
So Michelle and I, they actually squished us in the reader room. So Michelle and I will be splitting a table. Sometimes
Yep.
me and sometimes it'll be her.
Yep.
Just to let you know.
And you
All
never
right.
know
So
what we're
it's
gonna
the
get.
Phoenix Tattoo and
There it
Wellness
is.
Center. And it's Saturday and Sunday. It is May 19th and the 20th
I know,
from
2
12 to 5.
days.
Now, it's located, let's see where we're
it's on
located.
Seekonk, Massachusetts.
Yes, it is, but it's also on the Seekonk Attleboro line,
Mhm.
and it's actually the 7 Hour Herb Farm. Now, I
Mm-hmm.
have been there numerous times to pick up certain things for cleansing.
Mhm.
It is what I use
Soap.
depending on what's going on.
Soap and water.
like frankincense, sage,
Deodorant?
depending on what I'm mixing. Nope. I got deodorant. You?
I don't know. Smell me.
I don't want to smell you. Smell yourself. Okay. So we have that coming up. And let's see. It's at 346 Oak Hill Ave, Seekonk, Massachusetts.
And it's for the Pawtucket Animal Shelter.
Yes, it
The
is.
House of Hope, which is wonderful.
Yes, it is.
Wonderful, wonderful program.
There are going to be many vendors and readers up there. We posted it on our timeline.
Yes, been on
So-
our event list for a little bit now.
Yep.
We always have so much fun though when we get out in public like this though.
She's hilarious, especially when it comes around dogs. Except you can't bring your dogs to this
Oh,
one.
I can't bring my doggies to this
No,
one.
can't bring the poopy puppies to this one.
No, but I can't wait to introduce people to our new doggy, and we're going to be helping along the future though down the road, Wooba, because that's another going to be one of our
Oh, Wubba.
Wooba. I'm telling you
a
guys, not used
marshmallow.
to hearing Wooba's name.
Mm.
Wooba is a great white
Yeah,
Pyrenees.
actually, if you'd like to help Wubba, what we'd like you to do is to stop by.
Sanctum Folklorica at 753 Purchase Street in New Bedford, Mass. And there is a GoFundMe, and it's called Help Wooba. It's Go Help Wooba, or Help Wooba. But lucky, if you call the number, which I'll tell you guys the number, she will tell you all about how you can help Wooba. And even if you don't want to do a GoFundMe, they have candles that you can buy that help money and
Now,
proceeds go to it.
Wubba is actually a three-legged dog.
Yes, and he's a big, great
He's a
white Pyrenees.
big
Oh,
dog.
my Lord. And he's beautiful, and I got a big, wet, slobbery kiss from him many times. You got kisses from him. He's a sweetheart.
He really is. He's a
Yeah,
marshmallow.
and the Sanctum Folklorica was literally opened purposely to support his cancer treatments.
Yep.
His cancer surgeries, all of his medical expenses, the chemos, everything. So you're going to definitely want to call the number, get a hold of the store, and ask for, anyone can help you there, but Lucky is the store owner, and the number is 774-202-1365. And we can definitely post that too on our link, one of our links. You can reach that, and it's to help Wubba, and he
That's
needs the
right.
help right now. No one's getting paid to even work in that store. Literally,
No,
from,
she doesn't.
From start to finish.
Yep. Nope. she
Nobody
doesn't.
does. It's all every
It all
little bit goes
the
to
dog.
Wubba.
It really does.
Mhm.
So if you haven't noticed, Michelle and I are actually animal
Advocates.
Thank you.
Oh, maybe we're animals ourselves.
Well,
You're right. That makes you
let
wonder
me
for a second.
let me think about that one.
Right? No, that's got to be one of our shows. If you were an animal, what would you be?
No,
What's your
actually, I
hidden
mean,
animal?
I keep looking for an emergency drum, and I don't know, it's just not the same.
I told you I'll get the pots and pans, the wooden spoon.
No, I need the deep
Yeah, I know.
bass sound in order to do that, because I really would like to
Mm-hmm.
take everybody on a Native American quest. It's
Mm-hmm.
a spirit quest in order to get one of your spirit guides or to be able to communicate with them if
I
you
get
do
to be a
have them
guinea
already.
pig on that one. I love being guinea pigs.
Oh my God, Michelle's got to be silent during this.
That's going to be the hard part. We're going to need the duct tape.
Okay, everybody.
For real. Send
you
in
want to
duct
start sending healing light and silent light to Michelle now.
tape. And or the duct tape. Or another form of tape or something else I can't take off. Because, yeah, that's the
Now,
hard part.
June, we're actually going to be in Pennsylvania.
I know. Back to Pennsylvania again in August.
In August for the Pajama Factory. Yep.
Mhm. So Pennsylvania, watch out because we're coming. And we're going to be in Rhode Island in July. And
We
I
haven't
know.
booked a table for that one yet.
I'm fluffy. Okay? I'm fluffy. It doesn't matter. We'll
I
get
keep
there.
telling
We'll get
you,
there.
I was raised by bikies. I don't know how to fluff.
I'm
Just
fluff-
don't. I don't fluff.
Don't worry, girl. You and me. We're fluffy together.
I think you're fluffy enough for both of us.
See, there we go. You just, I was going to say you got the, but no, again.
No.
We have to have an R-rated show one of these days.
Okay, we will. One
So
of
we can
these
say
days
bad
we will.
words.
We've got about 3 minutes left. Okay, and I
Ooh,
want to
evil thought.
remind everybody about the shows they're listening into. And don't forget,
Yes.
always ride the waves of the Rift. You want to stay tuned on the Rift Network
Yes.
7 days a week. You know, I was just going to say 8 days a week.
There's 8 days now
I
a week?
know. I just made up another one
Oh
so we can
my
have more
goodness.
shows.
I think that's a good idea. Which day should we split? Mondays?
Oh, my God. I can't believe I almost
half
did
a
that.
Monday a Monday, and the other half of a Monday a fun day,
Yeah, there you go.
right?
All right.
That's when
so
everybody goes out and
let's
gets
see.
drunk.
Okay, we're going to start off. Let's see. Let's make the list. Don't forget, you want to listen to The Blunt Trucker tomorrow night. Then you have Night Visions. It's
Yeah.
a cooperative show between the Vive Network and the Rift Network.
Yes. check
Then
that
you want the
out.
Orion Effect.
Oh my
Don't
Lord!
miss the
Howie
Hitman.
Odell.
That's
Woohoo.
right. Don't miss the Hitman.
I always love to
Then
say
you
that.
have Rogue Talk Radio.
Yes. So
You
go
have
Rogue.
the Hollywood Connections once a month.
Mm-hmm.
Just short of crazy. Knowledge from behind the veil.
Yes.
Night Moves Radio.
Oh my goodness.
Awakening the unknown.
Wait, that sounds familiar.
That's us.
Oh, that's why.
See, I'm awakening your unknown, remember?
Oh, totally.
Oh, my God. It has been...
I'm the type of unknown that only a mother could love, by the way.
No, don't worry. I still love you, my friend.
Oh, see?
See, I love you, my friend. I'm pulling your unknown up to the awakening.
I'm getting a little bit. Maybe I swear we might get a little bit quicker there if I wear my safety hat, my indoor helmet.
I was thinking heels.
Oh no!
90 seconds.
All right, peeps.
Oh
We
no!
gotta go. I know the show's over. I hope you learned a little. I hope you laughed a little.
I hope
And
your
don't
ghost
forget-
farted a little.
Yeah. Look
No.
up that show on YouTube, Ghost Farts. It's
Yes.
bloody hilarious.
Yes.
You gotta see it.
And you got to check
So-
out the book. You got to get that book.
Yep. Don't forget flashlight, recorder, and comfortable shoes.
Mhm. Any
And-
comfortable shoes.
Yep.
You learned.
Yep. And just remember, send us a message if you have any questions, and if we can't answer,
60
we will
seconds.
find someone that does. And I want to say thank you again for listening to another episode of Awakening the Unknown,
Yes.
only on the Rift Network.
Only. That-
All right. And I want to
That's it.
say, peace out, people. We love you. Thank you again for listening in to another episode.
Watch for our secretive live feeds. You never know when you'll see us next.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
All right, hold on. Beep, beep, beep.